Hey, before we start the story, don't forget to subscribe, it only takes a second. Parties were never really Adam's scene. He preferred quiet dinners, a good movie, or a walk through the park. But when his wife, Claire, insisted they attend a friend's housewarming, he agreed. It was supposed to be a simple evening, laughter, music, maybe a glass of wine. Instead, it became the night that shattered his trust. The house was packed. Music thumped through the walls, people mingled with drinks in hand, and Claire seemed alive with energy. She laughed easily, moving from group to group while Adam stayed near the kitchen, talking with a few co-workers. But after a while, he noticed she was gone. At first, he thought she was just catching up with an old friend. Then 20 minutes passed. Then 30. Something gnawed at him. He excused himself from the conversation and started looking. Upstairs, a half-open door caught his attention. He heard whispers, laughter. He pushed the door slightly wider and froze. There was Claire, his wife, leaning far too close to another man, her hand on his arm, their faces inches apart. They weren't kissing. Not yet. But the intimacy was undeniable. The man smirked, whispering something that made her laugh softly. Adam's chest tightened. The betrayal wasn't physical alone. It was in the way she looked at him, as if Adam didn't exist. "Claire," Adam said, his voice low but firm. She jerked back as if burned, her eyes wide. "Adam! I was just—" "Don't," he said sharply. "I've seen enough." The man shifted awkwardly, muttering something about needing another drink before slipping past Adam and disappearing down the stairs. The silence left behind was deafening. On the drive home, Claire tried to speak. "Adam, please, it wasn't what it looked like." Adam gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles white. "Then tell me, what was it? Because from where I stood, it looked like you forgot you were married." Tears welled in her eyes. "I had too much to drink. I got carried away. It didn't mean anything." Adam shook his head. "You don't laugh like that with strangers unless it means something." They rode the rest of the way in silence. That night, Adam slept on the couch. He couldn't even look at her. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her leaning toward that man, saw the spark in her eyes that should have been reserved for him. By morning, Claire came downstairs, her face pale, her eyes swollen from crying. She knelt beside him, her hands clutching his. "Adam, please," she whispered. "I made a mistake. I can't lose you. It was stupid, thoughtless. I'll do anything to fix this." Adam studied her, his heart torn between anger and sadness. "You broke something, Claire. Trust isn't a light switch you flip back on. You chose to humiliate me. In front of everyone." She shook her head frantically. "No, no, no. I swear, it will never happen again. I'll block him, I'll cut ties with anyone you don't trust. Just, please forgive me." The days that followed were heavy. Adam kept his distance, watching her actions more than her words. Claire deleted numbers from her phone, stopped going out with certain friends, and tried to show him she was serious. But the wound remained. Adam realized forgiveness wasn't a gift he could hand out overnight. It would be a long process, one that depended on whether she proved herself worthy of the second chance she was begging for. Weeks later, Adam stood at the same kitchen counter where he had first agreed to that fateful party. Claire was cooking, her eyes darting nervously toward him, searching for signs of warmth. He finally spoke. "If this marriage has any chance, Claire, you need to understand something. I won't live in a home where I'm disrespected. If you want forgiveness, you earn it, day by day. Not with words, but with consistency." She nodded quickly, tears spilling again. "I will. I promise. I'll spend the rest of my life proving it to you." Adam didn't answer right away. He just looked at her, unsure if the woman standing before him was truly the partner he had thought she was, or a stranger he no longer recognized. That night at the party had changed everything. By morning, she was begging for forgiveness. But Adam knew the real question wasn't whether she wanted to be forgiven. It was whether she could ever make herself worthy of it again.